Welcome to the Magic Boy channel.
Alright, today we're tackling something pretty intense. It's a poem, but this isn't just any poem. It lays out a truly chilling theory about one of Sri Lanka's darkest days, the 2019 Easter bombings. Our job here is to break down the story this one text tells, and believe me, it's an explosive one.
But before we get into the details, let's just pause for a moment. We have to remember what's at the very heart of this. This number, it represents over 300 lives, real people. It was an unimaginable tragedy, and that grief, it's still very, very real.
Think about it. It's been 7 years. 7 years since the attack, and we're looking ahead to 2026. And yet, for so many people, the biggest question of all, who really did this and why, it's just hanging there, unanswered. The search for justice, it's been anything but simple.
And that feeling of frustration, it's perfectly captured in this one line from the poem itself. All the reports are rotting here and there. Wow, that just cuts right to the heart of it, doesn't it? The feeling that the truth isn't just missing, it's been actively buried, left to rot while official investigations just go in circles.
Okay, so let's dig into what this poem is really trying to do. It's not just another piece asking why. No, it claims to have the answer. And it's an answer that's incredibly disturbing. An accusation that's, well, it's as bold as it gets.
All right, before we go any further, I need to make something crystal clear. For this explainer, we're looking only at the story told inside this poem, Murder by Decree. We're unpacking its narrative, its theory. We are not here to fact-check it or say whether it's true or false. We're just exploring the explosive claims it makes. Got it? Okay, let's get into it.
So what is the poem's big accusation? Well, it doesn't beat around the bush. It gets straight to the point. It argues that the bombings weren't some random act of terror. No, it claims they were a cold, calculated political play, all for the sake of power.
And here it is, the line that says it all. The Easter bomb was for the election. Bombing was the path they took to victory. Just let that sink in. The poem is flat out saying this entire tragedy was manufactured to swing an election, that the path to victory was paved with fear and bloodshed. So how does the poem say they pulled this off? It lays out a pretty chilling 3-step playbook. Step 1, create division. Pit communities against each other. Step 2, unleash so much fear that people are desperate for a strong leader to save them. And Step 3, ride that wave of fear straight into power. It's a brutal but simple formula, according to the poem.
Okay, so that's the alleged what and why. But what about the how? The poem gets into the nitty-gritty, claiming there was a whole sequence of events leading up to the attack, all designed to set the stage.
The text argues this didn't just start on Easter Sunday. It claims the groundwork was laid much earlier. First, a broken statue, just to stir up unrest. Then, police officers are killed, creating a convenient, false narrative. And then, and this is a huge claim, warnings about a bomb lorry were just ignored, deliberately ignored by people in the know.
And this is where the poem really leans in with its suspicion. It's constantly asking these pointed questions. It's not just saying what happened, it's asking who let it happen. Who was actively preventing the search for these bombs? It implies the system wasn't just failing, it was being blocked from the inside.
And then the poem takes it a step further. It claims top officials knew this was coming. The most stunning allegation? That some MPs actually stayed away from church that day. The poem says the Prime Minister, the President, they both knew about a threat. Their explanation later? That they just didn't realize how big it would be. So, you'd think the story ends with the attack, right? Well, according to this poem, not even close. A massive part of its accusation is about what happened after. It describes a systematic, deliberate cover-up.
And this really shows the two faces the story the poem is telling. On the one hand, you have what everyone saw in public, commissions, promises of arrests, all the right moves. But then, the poem alleges there's this hidden reality. Behind the scenes, investigations being shut down, reports buried, and the people responsible just allowed to leave?
So, this alleged cover-up, how high up does it go? The poem points the finger at the very top. It accuses a specific number of presidents of being involved. 3. Not one, but 3 different presidents. That's the bombshell claim here. That this isn't about one leader or one party, it's a cover-up that, according to the poem, has been passed down from one administration to the next.
So that brings us to the end of the poem. And you know what? It doesn't wrap things up with a neat little bow. Instead, it ends with these raw, painful questions just left hanging. Questions that really get at the heart of the pain that families are still feeling. I mean,
Listen to these questions from the final lines. Why wasn't the one who sent the death lorry arrested? Why are 3 presidents covering this up? It's pure frustration, a demand to know why the alleged masterminds are still walking free, and why, of all people, 3 presidents would keep this secret.
And then comes this final bitter line. After 7 years, why can't these babies who killed people to come to power be jailed? That word babies, it's just dripping with sarcasm and disgust, right? It's pointing out how these powerful figures are supposedly being protected while the call for real accountability just gets louder and more desperate.
You know, when you step back, this poem is more than just a list of accusations. It's a powerful cry about what happens when the official story just doesn't add up, when justice feels impossible to reach. It leaves us all with a much bigger question, one that goes way beyond this one event. What happens to a country, to its people, when justice isn't just slow, but feels like it's been stolen away entirely?
Thank you for watching my channel.